than Crawford. Right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight.
You can. That's whenever I want to.
Fresh tremors are sweeping across the boxing world following newly released training videos of Floyd Mayweather Jr., showing the 48-year-old icon maintaining incredible sharpness. These recordings have ignited passionate discussions, with certain supporters boldly proposing a fantasy bout between him and Terence Crawford might actually happen. However, enthusiasm isn't universal. Multiple boxing experts and retired fighters are already raising red flags, urging Crawford to avoid any prospective encounter. Their warning is unmistakable. Mayweather's quickness, reactions, and protective mastery remain far more intact than most believe, making any ring confrontation with him still a perilous risk.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can switch to the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win a close decision. Hey, I want to know what everybody else thinks.
For numerous observers, the caution isn't regarding Crawford's excellence. He's universally considered today's top pound-for-pound competitor, but rather acknowledging the distinctive challenge Mayweather creates. Even beyond his peak years, Floyd's capacity to nullify adversaries, control tempo, and confound elite boxers stays unrivaled. Experienced voices emphasize that Crawford, who excels at dismantling opponents gradually, might discover himself ensnared in Mayweather's protective maze, incapable of connecting precise strikes or establishing his timing.
But Mayweather's the only one with no losses on his record right now. It's a tough thing in boxing to go that long.
I mean, you also got Andre Ward, but that was like, what, 32, 34?
Yeah, but Ward lost one somewhere in there.
No, I think he's undefeated.
Is he?
Yeah. But he's not as much as Mayweather. And the other thing, too, is that Mayweather, the resume, if we go back to the resume,
but you know what? I love that because everybody says Mayweather didn't fight nobody. He fought this guy.
Yeah, they don't. Those are people that don't know about boxing.
Mayweather fought everybody they put into him. It's not his fault he saw Pacquiao late in Pacquiao's career. It's not his fault.
Floyd Mayweather's present workout regimen supports why numerous professionals are warning Crawford against entering the ring with him. Even at 48, though withdrawn from professional competition, Mayweather continues striking mitts daily, engaging in pad work, displaying his reactions while sustaining smooth conditioning, constructed not through intense weightlifting, but via elevated repetition abdominal exercises, cardiovascular training, and streamlined mobility.
Eat the right foods, because I take care of my body. You know, even since I've been out here, I make sure, you know, I go for a jog, probably not like I did when I was competing. I do like a little 4 miles. Try to do 450 push-ups.
No.
450 sit-ups, yeah.
Well, you keep funny hours. Like even watching the All Access stuff with you keep real funny hours. Like why you want to sleep at 9 a.m. to 3 and then be up all night running around the streets? Like, have you always kept funny hours? You keep funny hours.
Remember, we work hard to become our own boss so we can do what we want to do. The ultimate goal is to go to sleep when you want to and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled because I want to be my own boss.
Following Crawford's victory over Canelo to claim the undisputed super middleweight title, Mayweather informed TMZ the superior competitor prevailed. He additionally stated the bout benefited boxing and commended the anticipation it generated concerning Canelo's prospects. Floyd observed that boxing demands considerable physical sacrifice from athletes. He suggested that accumulated damage could be mounting, though that remains something only time and the competitors themselves can determine. Mayweather preserved the opportunity for a second encounter, declaring if they desire it, it might occur. Otherwise, they'll maintain it.
On Saturday night, even though I think a lot of people who were fans were not exactly sure, would Canelo win? Would Bud be big enough, strong enough to handle Canelo's power? Well, the answer to that question was yes. I saw you placed a bet, won a lot of money. Congratulations. What are your thoughts? What was your reaction to the fight, Floyd, as you watched Bud and Canelo in there on Saturday?
Oh, it's good for boxing. It was exciting. The best man won.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not really sure.
Would you be interested in seeing a rematch, or would the fight be the same? Would it ultimately end up the same way?
I don't know. It's up to those two guys. They want to do a rematch, do a rematch. If not, keep it moving.
Would you watch it, or not any real interest?
I'm pretty sure I'd watch it if they did it again. I'm pretty sure I would.
Nevertheless, Mayweather has openly indicated repeatedly that Canelo presents minimal challenge to overcome. He's offered comments implying that conquering Canelo proved simpler than most acknowledge, and has ridiculed the notion that merely because someone halted or defeated Canelo, they merit substantial acclaim. The circumstances appear to involve him protecting his reputation, emphasizing that Canelo possessed weaknesses since he remained youthful and evolving during their encounter, and that defeating him doesn't automatically translate to achieving greatness.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Competitors. Numerous boxing experts also contend that Terence Crawford, regardless of his victory against Canelo and flawless record, still cannot be positioned on equal footing with Floyd Mayweather, since he's missing that unblemished 50-0 heritage Mayweather possesses. They assert that to genuinely surpass Mayweather in all-time greatness conversations, Crawford requires beyond prominent victories. They maintain he must confront someone like David Benavidez, regarded as among the most physically commanding, threatening pugilists in contemporary boxing.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, y'all, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
Jeff Mayweather recognized Crawford's talent and recent achievements as he stated, Crawford represents an exceptional fighter, and that numerous people were amazed by how convincingly Crawford secured his major victories. Nevertheless, when assessed more comprehensively, Jeff clarified his allegiances. He considers Floyd remains the more reliable choice regarding peak versus peak comparisons. He additionally condemned statements like Canelo's, implying they're delivered to promote oneself through contrast. Jeff mentioned that although Crawford could be intelligent, he doesn't concede that Crawford exceeds Mayweather's protection.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
Yeah. What was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
yeah, he was. Very very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
To a
but
man that was 30-something years old, 36.
Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people, but he.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But, I mean, don't you? I
Want to
mean,
make himself look like he did something great.
Excellent before Terence Crawford entered the ring against Canelo Alvarez. Jeff Mayweather expressed his confidence in Crawford's capacity to meet the challenge. While analyzing Crawford's prospects, Jeff indicated that triumph over Canelo could accomplish beyond merely solidifying his pound-for-pound ranking. It might unlock opportunities for an even more historic confrontation. He emphasized that Floyd Mayweather, despite being 48, maintains remarkable conditioning, and should Crawford produce a career-defining victory, demands for a bout with Floyd would prove nearly impossible to dismiss, considering Crawford's unwavering pursuit of excellence and Floyd's incomparable heritage.
you think that'd be something in his?
I don't necessarily think that is something that he's looking for. But I mean, of course, if he gets past Canelo, he can fight as many bums as he wants to, just to make the record.
Do you think he would do that, or do you think he would?
I don't know. He seemed like he's a class act, and he seemed like he'll do whatever he feels. But I don't know. I mean, at what you said, 37?
37, yeah.
37. Yeah, that's still a lot of fights though.
Of bouts, though, Oscar De La Hoya recently offered his perspective on the contrast between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, and he positioned himself decisively with Mayweather. De La Hoya maintained that skillfully, Mayweather stays unmatched. He complimented Crawford's display, observing how he advanced through 3 divisions and outclassed Canelo, but stated that concerning boxing artistry and ring wisdom, Floyd continues commanding superiority. De La Hoya contended that Mayweather's capacity to prevent punishment, his precision, and his protective expertise establish him as a competitor who proved simply more methodical.
And who would, because Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
Competitor. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford has expressed clearly in public statements that he considers there's no value in contrasting his career with Floyd Mayweather. Each represents a distinct era in boxing history. He recognizes the excellence Mayweather accomplished during his period, but maintains that Mayweather's time has concluded, establishing himself as boxing's present benchmark. His recent display, advancing through weight categories, achieving undisputed status across multiple divisions, demonstrates that he is propelling the sport onward. He stood in a ring with
both of us, so a lot of people, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. One where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Crawford has frequently demonstrated respect for Floyd Mayweather Jr., recognizing the influence Floyd exerted in establishing the route for competitors of his era. He has attributed to Mayweather the creation of excellence through his training dedication, protective brilliance, and capacity to manage boxing's commercial aspects. For Crawford, Floyd's journey functions as both a model and inspiration, illustrating that focus, intellect, and confidence can elevate a pugilist beyond competition. While Crawford establishes himself as today's representative figure, he maintains reverence for Mayweather's heritage, observing that Floyd created opportunities for numerous fighters to control their professional paths.
The stack. Did you in your head size
rise up Floyd? Like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, has been outspoken in his conviction that Crawford exceeds Floyd Mayweather in critical aspects. He contends that Crawford's adaptability, switching stances effortlessly, adjusting to any approach and ending contests with force from either hand, provides him capabilities that Mayweather never completely owned. Bomac emphasizes that while Floyd established his standing through protection and dominance, Crawford has merged technical excellence with a more attacking, entertaining approach that delivers knockouts against elite competition.
You had a Cavs hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Max Kellerman maintains that Floyd Mayweather Jr. still dominates boxing's chronicles due to a more comprehensive record. His quickness, protective brilliance, and the prominent opponents he defeated, which remain virtually unparalleled. Yet Kellerman also stresses that Crawford's journey has differed and possibly in certain aspects proved more daring. Conversely, Mayweather frequently chose his timing, particularly after ascending to higher weight divisions. Crawford has embraced greater danger, battled every accessible opponent in his generation, and persistently advanced through classes. Kellerman proposes that while Mayweather's reputation approaches mythical status, Crawford's rise as conceivably today's finest carries distinctive significance, not merely in achievement, but in heritage constructed through relentless obstacles.
Floyd was fighting everyone right up until the point where he started to make money. But as much credit as you get for making, the primacy of business, for making business your priority, well, that comes with trade-offs. Because when you make business decisions constantly, sometimes your athletic achievements won't be regarded in the same way as if you made athletic achievements your priority. That said, Mayweather has accomplished a tremendous amount athletically. But the three fighters he didn't fight, Antonio Margarito, Manny Pacquiao, when he was obliterating De La Hoya, Hatton, and Cotto, and Shane Mosley when he still had something left. And while he will wind up fighting Pacquiao and Mosley, it'll both be, at the right time for Floyd. That said, what about at the right, the right time for Floyd? He's also ancient. A fighter approaching 40, fighting at the level Mayweather is fighting, is unheard of. Mayweather, until recent times, would be considered one of the greatest older fighters of, that would be the whole story. Oh my God, can you believe how old Mayweather is? It's a little bit unfair to Floyd to say, well, you're picking these guys at the right time. Floyd is old.
Floyd is aging. Kellerman has claimed that both Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford should be ranked higher than Floyd Mayweather Jr. on pound-for-pound lists. Even while acknowledging Floyd's perfect record and skill, Kellerman stresses that Pacquiao began at the lightest weights and climbed across numerous divisions, consistently proving himself against top opposition, often taking fights others avoided. He argues Pacquiao dominated every division, and while he admires Mayweather's defensive genius, he feels Pacquiao's resume, willingness to take risks, and multi-division success give him a narrow edge in this discussion.
Has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that.
Right.
I don't count that.
Right.
Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. Legit. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter. Then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has also raised doubts about whether Mayweather truly faced opponents at their absolute best, arguing that many of his victories came against fighters either past their prime or not at peak form. Jones highlights that even Mayweather's biggest rivals, like Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao, weren't always in their prime when he fought them. He contrasts this with Pacquiao, who, in his opinion, regularly took on dangerous challenges and fought elite opponents at critical times. Jones insists this difference shows Mayweather's 50-0 is remarkable, but not undeniable evidence that he is the greatest ever.
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, Kevin. Not top 5. Yeah. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. Yeah. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
All
right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them biggest, best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not going to say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not going to say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney.
Believe Floyd's defensive dominance still sets him apart? Drop your take in the comments.